In 2005, southern Lebanon functioned as a heavily fortified nation within a nation. Hezbollah controlled every inch of it. Israeli intelligence knew a war was coming, but they were flying blind. Satellites only showed buildings, not the weapon shipments inside them. Signals intelligence caught mere fragments of communication. Traditional military operatives on the ground had been discovered and executed. Hezbollah's security network was suffocating. Every stranger was tracked. They checked faces against databases using early facial recognition software and maintained a vast network of local informants. 3 Mossad informants had been discovered in the previous 18 months. Force couldn't penetrate a human and technological firewall this precise. To get inside, Israel needed a different kind of exploit. 15 people sat around a table in a dark Tel Aviv briefing room. Every conventional approach had failed. Then someone proposed a shift in strategy. Instead of trying to evade Hezbollah's threat detection, they would send something the system was biologically and culturally programmed to protect. They found an operative with deep cover experience. We'll call her Maya. Her weaponized disguise was a highly vulnerable, completely innocent pregnant woman. The plan targeted human nature. It forced the enemy's deepest protective instincts to override years of rigorous security training. Preparation took 4 months. The physical payload consisted of a 20-pound, multi-layer medical-grade silicone belly that shifted naturally as Maya moved. While the prosthetic was perfected, Maya underwent mock interrogations to learn how to suppress involuntary signals like heart rate spikes and pupil dilation. Look at this mapping grid. To bypass digital checkpoints, Mossad altered Maya's biometrics. They used prosthetics to change her bone structure and temporarily capped her teeth, shifting her profile just enough to mathematically defeat the facial recognition software. Then came the paper trail. They created the identity of Amal Hassan. They inserted a backdated birth certificate into Lebanese government records and fabricated school attendance files. They even used a genuine death certificate for a construction worker to serve as her deceased husband. This is the Rafik Hariri University Hospital in Beirut. Mossad planted Amal's fabricated prenatal records deep inside their actual medical files. If anyone called to verify her checkups, a real doctor would confirm she was a patient. Mossad built a verifiable, multi-layered reality designed to withstand intense scrutiny. Maya didn't sneak across the border. She rode in a Lebanese taxi, driving right through the front door of Hezbollah territory. At the first heavily armed checkpoint, a guard demanded documents. He looked at her face, then her belly. Military training gave way to cultural deference. He saw a tired woman in her 3rd trimester and waved the taxi through. The second stop presented a technical danger. While a guard questioned Maya outside the car, a background facial recognition scan checked her photo against known operatives. The system flagged a 42, but Hezbollah had a community immune system. A local woman named Fatima, tied to auxiliary intelligence, watched Maya with an unexplained instinctual suspicion. This logic flow shows the moment the records diverged. Fatima's suspicion triggered a deep dive by Hezbollah intelligence. Analysts cross-referenced Amal's paper trail with hospital records from the construction accident. The admission report contained a specific detail. Witnesses at the time stated the man was unmarried. While the persona had successfully navigated the community's social network, this data contradiction now sat in an active intelligence file. 3 days later, Maya attended a crowded family wedding. Positioning herself in the noise, she overheard commanders discussing the specific timing and location for an upcoming weapon shipment. Before she could leave, the target commander pulled her into a quiet side room. He mentioned that he'd known the construction worker she claimed as her husband and that the man had never been married. Cornered, Maya didn't act like a spy. She leaned into her persona. She summoned tears, blaming the secrecy on a disapproving family. She used grief, exhaustion, and pregnancy hormones to play the vulnerable widow. The commander's expression softened. He apologized and let her go. She survived that room by using her psychological shield until the absolute last second. The moment she locked her apartment door, Maya activated the extraction protocol. She removed the silicone belly, slipped out a back window, and escaped into the night. The fragmented intelligence she gathered confirmed the weapon shipments and underground facilities. When the war broke out 6 weeks later, Israeli forces were prepared for the attack. Back in Tyre, the Hezbollah commander stood in Maya's empty apartment. On the floor lay a 20-pound, medical-grade silicone belly. The intelligence blunted a physical attack, while the breach itself shattered the belief that Hezbollah's security was impenetrable. It proved that no amount of technology can protect a system from the blind spots of human nature.